You might get a little bumpy. We're loaded up. Goes action. Got one car and I got an Equinox all the way on the back end. Got to learn something new about the 2025 Chevy Equinox. We're heading to the auction. I gotta send my counterpart to go pick up the other one.
Alright, vehicle's ready to go. They have the keys, so you want to come pick up the
Turn that down. Alright. So, yeah, we're gonna head to Fontana. Fontucky auction. Sorry, it's gonna be really shaky. Try to fix that, but not a lot I can do about that. So it's the end of the year. 2024 is over as of tonight. And a whole new year will begin. Can't wait for the new season of this life to go. Let me see if I can fix this. No, actually I can't do that because then that will block the view. Problem is my case is just rubber, which is why it flexes so much. We get about a 40-mile drive. We'll get to this auction, drop these two off. There's two more to go, but we'll see what happens today. Let's see how the traffic's going to be. Good old Anaheim, Garden Grove, Stanton. I guess comments will show up as they appear. Let's see if I can get cut off or flipped off by the time I get there. Usually at least get that once a day. Now, for people that watch this that know this area, Beach Boulevard I can get on the 91, but that interchange sucks trying to get over 3 lanes of traffic loaded with 2 cars on the back of this thing. So I choose to take Magnolia, just because it's an easier way to get on the freeway. That would be the dash cam up ahead. Just let me know it's there, recording. Anybody got any plans for New Year's? There goes Fast Crack Towman, a piece of crap truck that probably won't even pass a DOT inspection. It's not defamation, that's just an opinion, considering half the front bumper was missing on that truck. Cheap tow companies that don't deal with police rotation usually try to avoid putting any money into their trucks to even make them quote-unquote safe. There's a company around with a big H as the beginning part of their name that is known for that. See if I get to use my air horn on anybody. That was the height of my day, being able to blow that thing at somebody. And people are a different breed these days. They don't get pissed off or freaked out anymore, or oh shit, I did something wrong. No, they get immediately angry and flip you the bird or something else. We'll get into story time as get a little more into this drive. This is 2 left turn lanes, so I'm in the outer lane. I don't think kids are back at school yet. I don't know, somebody's school scheduled or something else. I guess people still gotta work today. A little foggy and overcast this morning, but I kind of like the weather like that. I can put a jacket on and still do what I want to do. Good old local Anaheim local, Stanton local, Huntington Beach local train, whichever one I'm going to call it. It's about twice a week. Now, I know there's a bunch of new laws. Yep, always be careful. Live chat, all messages. Yes, I know. Being careful. Yeah, buddy. There's upsides and downsides to being a salaried employee. The downside of it is you don't always get back when your time is up. I end at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Yesterday, I got back a little after that, but that's okay. Reward pays off. It's worth it more in the long run anyways. So, there's that. At least the fog isn't so bad I can't see 2 sheets in front of me. I can see, decided to peel rubber to get into the center, but I didn't know if he was going to cut in the lane. He's in a hurry, I guess. Little Dodge Ram pickup truck, burn rubber. Hope he's got money for tires. Winston Road, Anaheim. This light's been up. I drove to work the other day and it was foggy. It was really foggy until I about got into Corona. I mean, foggy that you couldn't see in front of you. When I left, I could see 1 car length ahead of me. And that was it. And, at least once I got on the freeway, you got everyone's lights, so you got something to see. Well, with no cars on the road, that does not make it fun. Just take it easy. Doing today, taking it easy. I don't know, I got the yawns. A lot of sleep last night. Last couple of years I've worn a smartwatch and tracks my sleep, tells me quality of sleep, how the sleep is, if I get deep sleep, light sleep, stuff like that. Got a good chunk of deep sleep last night, but I got like a good 8 hours of sleep. Scanning the intersection, making sure nobody's running a red light. It's kind of what it gets down to now, because half these people run the red lights, so you gotta watch and wait. Mr. Truck gonna go hauling ass through this dip? Please tell me he is. There he goes. He's gotta be in a hurry. I am not trying to bounce the cars off the back of my truck, so I will slow down for this. Don't take it too bad. This dip is pretty rough though. Going this way, going the other way, it's not so bad. Going the opposite direction, that side of the dip, I don't even really have to slow down. It's almost like you glide right through it. Let's see how far ahead Mr. Red Truck gets. I see the Lincoln light up ahead is red. Alright, he's speeding a little bit. Yeah, see? So that's what happens when you're in a rush, though. See, like that? He's just gonna get stopped by red lights. He's not gonna get there any faster. I'm just sticking with the speed limit. I got no reason to rush. you go. If you've got a reason to rush, why risk it? Good little fog mist. Slow down. I'm going the speed limit. I'm not going that fast. A little moisture on the windshield. Well, that's an interesting plate. 7P06060. Got lucky to get the sequence. Section's a little bumpy. That Starbucks on that corner is new. I think it used to be like a Walgreens there. Uh-oh, somebody's gonna get towed. Southside Towing is a private property towing contract for a lot of places. A truck being outside that apartment means the guy's in there walking around. Every time called, he's gonna tow somebody's car. Somebody's gonna come out and find the car not there. You know, I never mind doing those kind of tows as long as we stay legal on it. You know, did everything the way the law says you have to do it. As long as you were doing it that way, when people came out to argue with you, you could stand on the mountain right. And I always did. I always stood on the mountain right. But, yeah, it could be a headache too. We've had plenty of people come in to get their car back and cuss us out. The downside of doing that kind of towing is your Yelp reviews are going to tank. Because nobody's going to give you a 5-star review. Everyone hates you at that point. Look at this guy. Turn my hazard lights on, I can block the lane and park there. We'll wait to get into that lane. I get into this lane here as soon as it opens. This is my on-ramp lane. There's a lot of people that will wait till the last minute to dive across. Anaheim Amazon facility. Not sure which one this one is. Still have Flex, but I haven't done it in a long time. So here's where the interchanges are splitting up. So this on-ramp's for the 5 South. Just giving you guys a tour, I guess. My on-ramp is the next light. That's going to be the 91 East. See, I'm like a good person. I'm already in the lane, ready to go for the ramp lane. I'm not cutting anybody off. But people will. I got 2 cars coming up my left. There's a gray Toyota and I think a gooky blue Honda in front of me. Yeah, we got a blue Honda and a gray Toyota. Let's see which one of these two wants to zoom around me because they're going to be impatient and I'm probably going too slow for them. Not driving if you're driving 100 miles an hour, you're still going too slow for some people. LA Metro. That's the Los Angeles service that actually comes and feeds to Disneyland. So it's going to its last stop, which will be Disneyland. The 460. Yep, blue Honda. Here we go. He dove around. Yeah, great Toyota is not though. It's okay. I don't worry about it. I anticipate it. Those guys pop up all the time. Well, it pays off to know the areas you drive in. You know how the traffic patterns and how people are. Get them steps in, buddy. Get them steps. Good morning to jog. There's more than one way to skin a cat to get to the auction. This one's TRA, so the one that's off the 60 in Fontana, I can take the 91 to the 15, 15 to the 60, but I'm actually more fond of the 57 to the 60. It's actually 2 miles less, which isn't that bad, but the differential and the traffic. Now this lane's going to be set my cruise control now, so I maintain my speed correctly. Camera's going to be really jumpy. There's another semi-truck. California is one of those laws where if you're in a truck towing something, towing a trailer, pickup truck towing a trailer, flatbed, you're in a wrecker towing a truck. Look at that. Look at how bad this lane is. So a lot of trucks will go into the third lane over from the right, but they're legally allowed to be in the right 2 lanes. When you're towing something behind you, a combination of multiple vehicles, they consider a tractor and a trailer as 2 separate pieces, 2 separate vehicles, and they're pulling the trailer behind the tractor, the same as if you're towing a boat behind a pickup truck or something. If you've got a vehicle that's towing something, you're required to be in the right 2 lanes in California. If it's a road of only 2 lanes, it has to do with how many lanes the road is too. So anything that's 2 or more lanes, no, it's more than 2 lanes, it's the right 2 lanes. Or if it's a road that's only 2 lanes, then it's the right lane. Obviously, if it's 1 lane, then there's no right lane because it's only 1 lane. I'm going to jump back into the right lane because this lane sucks. State of California taxes the crap out of us on everything they can, but they can't fix this, do maintenance on this damn road. This is a state-owned highway, so this is not federal. 91 is state-owned. So it's up to the California government to fix this road. But they've repaved the right. You can see that, obviously. But that second lane, they've like half paved it. So back into the truck laws, truck and towing laws. And I guess we're the only state that has a speed limit for trucks. I hear all the other states don't. But yeah, we have a 55 mile per hour speed limit when you're towing. So that includes, yet again, pickup trucks, vehicles pulling a trailer. I'm not going to say, I'd say pickup trucks, but I've seen Subaru Foresters towing little baby trailers to minivans towing shit. Not often, usually it's a pickup truck, so we love our pickup trucks. It's a very multi-use item. That is Mr. Minivan. Say, is Mr. Minivan going to cut the truck off? The truck is going to jump into the right lane. So he said, why is this guy standing on the freeway? Okay. Well, homeless pedestrian. Don't run into lanes. And if you do, make sure I'm not around because I don't want to get stuck in that backlog and face the traffic. I saw every now and then I watch the CHP logs, public ones at least. There's a public page so you can see the accidents and traffic hazards and stuff like that going on. Generally, a log for them is generated anytime they've got something going on, any kind of incident, including a traffic stop. But not all logs are public info. So usually you only see on their page the stuff that affects traffic. Crap, this crack my window. A little bit of moisture going on. If you think I'm going fast, I'm going 45 miles per hour. Not that fast. That camera mount just sucks though. The best way I have to live stream, but obviously using the phone for it isn't always the best. Well, we're approaching the 57 interchange. There's going to be a lot of people at last minute want to change into this lane that don't want to be in the conga line, want to cut everybody off. We have to anticipate that. I've even seen semi-trucks do it. There goes one already. Would have at least been nice to use your signal, but okay. Old 2000 era F-150, still going. And people cry about Fords and say Fords are found on road dead, first on race day, all this other stuff. And look, there's a 20. Oh, what the hell? I've got Mr. Super Trucker here. So, Super Trucker. It's a little bit of slowdown because we got FedEx up ahead. FedEx, you know it's weird though, because I see FedEx, this FedEx semi-truck, he's going 35, we're all doing 35, but the vans, the delivery vans, I've been cut off plenty by those guys, and watched them racing each other down Lambert Road in La Habra, going 50, 60 miles an hour, it's crazy. We're going to have to get over a couple lanes though, because these lanes are going to go bye-bye. They're not lasting lanes. I just find it's easier to move down the 57 to 60 than I do the 9150. Now coming back, after I drop off, coming back down that 91 to 15 isn't so bad when I'm empty. That cookie cutter mash now we're in Fullerton. City of Fullerton. So this guy ahead of me is definitely going faster than 55, so now is a good time where I'm going to set my cruise control. I'm going to set my cruise control at 55. That is the maximum legal speed limit I'm technically allowed to go while I'm towing. Not good going, all these semi-trucks are supposed to be going 55 too, but this is California. We don't pull people over that aren't doing 20 plus. I know other states you get pulled over like doing 4 over. Somebody said one time they got popped in Louisiana for going 4 over. Some states enforce it a lot more than others do. I know Arizona don't mess around. Anything over 20 above the speed limit, you get arrested. Oh, FedEx. FedEx. The red semi-truck that was next to me on the 91, I guess he must have changed lanes behind me. Because now he's next to me here on the 7. Although he's bothered weaving a little bit. This is one good thing about being a full-time paid employee somewhere is, I'm working right now, right? I don't have to rush to get there. I can follow the laws, mind the speed limits, and all that fun stuff, so why not? about that trucking stuff is anytime you're towing something or pulling a trailer behind you, pulling semi-trucks, we're restricted to 55 miles per hour in California. There's the max speed limit on every freeway and highway. And yeah, they did it for safety, but I think they need to reevaluate that because with the motoring public not even doing 65, the max speed limit on the freeway is 65, but the motoring public going 75, 89 miles, 85 miles an hour. Maybe they should bump the speed limit up for trucks to 65. Other states, they don't have a speed limit for trucks. They just, same as the local freeway. I'm sure people have done studies on this and figured out that it doesn't contribute to that many more crashes. Exhaust brake while I'm accelerating, so that's the acceleration off. The guy must have back of his truck some fresh fermented landscaping materials. Always secure your lug. Don't be like these guys. Stop back again on the side of the freeway with stuff like flying. Ecology auto wrecking, that's what that red truck was. See what kind of interesting drivers we're going to find out here. That truck parked in the shoulder, which is technically illegal. Probably because his E-log said he had to stop. That happens a lot now. Still get a ticket for that. Woo, look at that fog. You guys can't see it as bad as I can, but it is heavy. This is the one upside about being on the freeway is at least you can see the lights and the cars ahead of you. Give you some kind of idea where you are, but yeah, got good visibility still. Not the greatest visibility, but a lot better than your whiteout. Okay, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. Can't move over, you gotta slow down 20 miles an hour below the speed limit. So this legal passing speed for that would have been 45 if I just slowed down too. I'm sure all the people behind me are happy. Yeah, fog over here is pretty heavy. Still not wide out conditions, that's because this is like kind of like a mountain pass area, so it's kind of fog on the freeway is that, at least here in California, it's not as bad on the freeway. Surface streets are going to change things. Every single one of these trucks going by is moving wind. The wind turbulence is kind of clearing out the road in front of us. Yeah, Mr. Chevy. Get on in there. If you want to avoid having to slow down and do any of the stuff, do the zipper method on the on-ramps. It works better. Merge lanes and stuff like that. Diamond Bar Boulevard. Now the city of Diamond Bar. Toyota Prius, right? That's the only thing about the 5760 interchange the way it is. Technically, they didn't do any merged ramps. They merged the two freeways together for a segment and then split them apart. Now, if you stay in the right two lanes, the 57 here, you'll stay on the 57 all the way through the 60 interchange. Unfortunate problem with that is for me, is I need to transition to 60 east, because I won't need to start merging over to the left lane. To be able to do that, I won't need to increase my speed a little bit. Usually I'll start merging. Now, see all the trucks ahead merging too. This guy on me. I'm going to come to a stop or slow down because it's going to bottle them too. That's the only fun part about this interchange. You could stay in the right two lanes, but the problem is you still got to jump 3 lanes when you get to the 60. So at least by being in this lane, all we have to do is merge 1 lane on the 60. Well, I'll merge 2 or 3 lanes over. Go ahead, Mr. Truck. Or he's just going to be stupid trucker and leave his blinker on. Now he's going to go, woo, look at that. That happens a lot here too. People use that carpool lane. People be in the carpool lane that shouldn't be in the carpool lane anyways, and then not want to take the carpool transition, maybe fear of getting caught or something. I mean, that's a good place to get people. I've seen CHP do that plenty of times where they way down the end of the carpool ramp, watching people as they come up and stop people that are in there who shouldn't have been in the carpool. Carpool lanes here are 24 hours a day, meaning not carpool, you can't be in it. It's better in this lane to merge as soon as you can. Okay, Honda. Too bad. I find this one easier. No, it's not brought to you by anybody. Proud to say I'm not sponsored. Don't like being bought like that. Moral reputation. Well, that's another commonality. People know how to use turn signals. Once in my lane, then he wants back out of my lane. Phillips Ranch Road is going to slow us down. It always is. That's coming up. We're at Diving Bar, another shithole city in this county of... Well, Diving Bar is LA County, actually. San Bernardino. We're straddling LA County and San Bernardino, I know that much. Just gotta remember what cities belong to who. Where are we gonna be going through? We're going through Diving Bar, then Chino, then Ontario, and then Fontana. Usually about a 40-50 mile drive. Not any crazy traffic. It usually takes about an hour. Maybe you do the dumb math on that one. 55 miles an hour, some slow down. Like right now, we're coming up to Phillips Ranch is a hill climb for some of these trucks, so these guys will get bogged down a little bit, and then we'll be moving again. Stays consistently too slow, I'll merge one more lane over. Technically, they're not supposed to be in that lane, but kind of a gray area. There's this section of freeway, there's always a lot of CHP commercial enforcement. So you'll see a lot of trucks being pulled over here. There's no scales here. That's one of the upsides of taking this route versus the 91 though, is you avoid the scale houses. We got a tow truck coming up in the fast lane. Tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-no. See them around every now and then. I don't know where they're from, what area. Because over here in this state, you don't have like areas. You have like an area that you want to service, but you don't have like an area that belongs to your company. You know, other companies are going to come in and get calls because we work on the basis of whoever calls you. Like, you know, somebody calls us for a tow that's in Chino and wants to pay us to drive to Chino to tow them, then we'll go to Chino. 90% of the time, people don't want to pay us, or we're not going to want to do it because of the distance. We may do it if it's coming back our way. I don't know. It just all depends. But the thing is there are local companies that we try to push people to call. But the thing is yeah, you don't have an area. It's not like the old days of, hey, you know, Stanton Garden Grove is us. It was never like that when I started towing. You had an area for the motor clubs, but I'm saying motor club because I don't want to say the other name. Let's just put it this way. They hate I have a YouTube channel. They hate I post videos. They would rather nothing more than to not be any part of it. And they make life a little bit of a pain as a result of it. Even though it's First Amendment right. They try to say they don't want their logos in my videos. Well, don't put your logos in public then. How about that? technically a legality of it is. I'm not making money off your logos, so it's not the context of the video. It's called fair use. I've done enough research on this stuff. I've read enough of the laws that pertain to this. It's not the context of my video that's fair use. They did kind of give me some flack though for some things that are privileged that can't be in the video, like the dispatching tablets or computers and stuff like that. Yes, that's private information. The information of the call is privileged. The logo is generic on the front. That's no big deal. Still cautious with it. I've got some videos from a long time ago I'm going to re-upload, but I have to go back through and edit that out, blur some of it and whatnot. You know, once back in the days, then I had editing software wasn't as good for me, so I didn't have the ability to blur any of that stuff. I have the ability now, but still a pain in the butt. It's easier to actually just crop or cut out portions of video like that. Welcome to Chino and X3 exits. I wonder why they came up with the name Chino. Some of this history stuff actually really does pique my curiosity. I'm curious how they came up with some of the stuff, like where the name Chino came from. Just mundane things that pique my curiosity. This is probably all stuff I could have learned in high school. Whoa! 7-Eleven, stay in your 7-Eleven. 7-Up. Stay in your lane, buddy. Stay in your lane. These things are wide. I mean, you can see, well, they got about a half a foot to a foot on each side of the truck and trailer, but still, they do not steer very well. They steer like tanks. And with the trailer behind you, they sway too. He might have swayed because of that pickup truck next to him. We're very defensive drivers out here for the most part. At least those of us that are decent drivers on the road. Can't say the same for everybody. Problem is, there's a lot of bad drivers out here too, and they could get licensed to anybody. It is sad to say. Cops pull over half these people, they stop and give the tickets. It's not speeding, whatever other reason. People lack ignorant, like, I didn't know I couldn't do that. You didn't know that you couldn't cross a double white or a double yellow line. You didn't know that you couldn't turn, make a U-turn. Your best one I saw yesterday. Guy didn't want to stop for the light, didn't want to wait for the light. His light was red at the intersection. Mine was too, so I got a front row seat to it. I was in the opposite, second side of the street, the left turn lane. So this dude makes a right. He doesn't stop at the red light to make the right. You're supposed to do that. So he makes. Let's just put it this way. I thought it would be cheaper for him if he got ticketed to just run the red light. One ticket. What does the guy do? Instead, he blows the red to make the right, and flips an illegal U-turn across the left turn lane, and then blows that red. Well, actually, no, it wasn't red. That one. And then makes another right to go straight. He does the intersection done. So, 3 tickets? Because he failed to stop when he made the first right turn, so that's running a red light. So you have to stop if you're going to make a right turn on a red. You have to come to a full stop. It's like a stop sign. So he fails to stop there, then makes the inappropriate illegal U-turn. But there's another one he probably didn't think about was there's a law pertaining to avoiding a traffic control device. failure to obey a traffic control device because of the maneuver that he made to try to avoid waiting 30 more seconds at a red light. I mean, kudos to him. He didn't get caught. You know, the old saying, no cop, no stop. But they are putting a lot more cameras up now. Intersections have had cameras for a long time. Granted, they weren't surveillance cameras in the sense that cities were monitoring them and doing things that way. They're for traffic detection. So instead of cutting a loop in the ground to sense when a car is there, cameras are put up on poles and programmed with specific boxes to see when a vehicle enters that box, either CHP right here. And that's how they know when you're there. It still doesn't work well for you if you go past the line, because then you're outside the detection zone. But yeah, they're there to more accurately detect vehicles. They work in conjunction with a device. There's a guy on here I watch, I think is the traffic light doctor. Something like that. They're in Mississippi, and they do repairs and installations on traffic control devices. It's interesting stuff. You know, not like I'm ever gonna do that as a job. Obviously, it's not the path I've chosen. You never know, if this doesn't work out, I can always try to go down that route. I need to learn a bit more about the programming, but once you pick that up, it's kind of easy. It's just a bunch of ones and zeros programming the controllers. I want to say that's an ex-cop car, but like LA County, San Bernardino County here, so they still run a bunch of Crown Vics, especially for detective vehicles. So you never know. Orange County doesn't really have any anymore. At least the Sheriff's Department, I think, for the most part, got rid of all of them. Got a couple still hanging around, but not really in service like that anymore. Calvans! Calpannies! Never in my life have I met guys more entitled than ones that work for Caltrans. I had a guy come to our yard one day. The car got towed from an accident scene. Police called us to tow it. He worked for Caltrans. I can say this because I'm not giving out his name. I don't even remember the guy's name. He shows up with his wife. Totally scumbag bunch. And first thing he does is pull out his Caltrans ID card. Like he's a cop leaving a badge. Asking me if I know what that is. And I'm like, yeah, I know what that is. You can put that away though. Because I also know it's illegal to use that to sway, try to gain favor. It's collusion or coercion or some shit like that. Came on a weekend, wanted to get stuff out of the car, and wanted to argue because they didn't want to pay the gate fee. I'm like, you can come back Monday through Friday. I work for Caltrans, and I don't give a shit. You could be the Pope. You could be the mayor. You could be chief of police. I'm not going to let you in without paying the gate fee. The only way you're going to get around that is if you know the owner personally and you talk to them, they call me and say, let you do it. That guy obviously didn't, so they wound up leaving, not getting nothing. And, yeah, just one of those people, and I didn't even take offense by it. I mean, I'm just my nature to blow it off. So I'm in Ontario now. Said it. You know, you're like in that section of Ontario that's near Norco, when you smell the fresh cow shit. Sorry, I'm a California native. We call shit shit. It's not a cuss word. At least not the phrase that we use here. Shit is shit. Caca, poop. smell the slaughterhouses. That's what all the cow farms over here are. They're all slaughterhouses. Great beef. I'm not against it. I like eating steak. We were born as carnivores. Humans are carnivores by nature. I don't know if you guys saw that little SUV behind the semi-truck on the interchange right to the right went across the board point there to get over because he didn't get into the lane ahead of time. It's not like they don't put a sign up there to notify you 2 miles ahead of time that the interchange is coming up, or another sign a mile ahead of time that you need to be in that lane. Yeah. We're almost getting ready to get off. After the interchange, it's the second exit, Country Village Parkway. Exhaust brake action. Closest thing I got to a jake brake. I don't have a jake brake. Always slows down that lane. I wait until after this exit. There's about 2 miles to the next one after this one. Conga line. You guys want a tip on how to avoid getting pulled over, how to avoid getting a speeding ticket or any of that stuff? Simple. Don't make yourself noticeable, meaning blend in. Second, don't be the fastest person. Make sure there's always somebody else going faster than you. The reason I say that is because the cop can only stop the vehicle at a time. And sometimes CHP does a double, but it's rare. You're usually only going to stop one vehicle at a time. So by somebody going faster than you, chances are they're going to get pulled over, which is going to tie up that cop. Unless they're doing a speed detail. But it's best not to be the fastest person on the road. Make sure there's some other people going faster than you. And I'm not talking about like 1 mile an hour over. No. The flow of traffic's doing 70, 75 to 80. Be that person doing 75, 80. Make sure that you're doing 75, 80. That there is somebody that's doing 85, 90. There's always somebody going faster than you, and it's better too if they're changing lanes to get around people. Yeah, don't do that either. You start changing lanes to get around people because they're going slower. Now you're probably the fastest person, but you're also making all these lane changes, which makes you stand out. I see a lot of people doing that. I think CHP is just too stretched thin. I mean, they don't got a lot of cops out on the road like a lot of city departments do. So, you see them every now and then, but sometimes I drive through stretches, so I don't see a single one. If they had more out there, they'd probably get more people. The move over law is hardly enforced. Every now and then I see them enforcing, but it's not as wide. FedEx, give me some room, dude. You don't have to make it a tight turn. You're in the outer lane. Well, he just probably cut his range on that electric van down by 20 miles. That hard acceleration. Here's another portion where people don't know how to navigate roads. The right lane ends. Now, signage is up, but obviously the road design was really bad. Traffic engineering probably needs to play, but we're in San Bernardino County, so they don't like to spend money. my lane stays, but see the white line just ended. People will ride this out to the very last moment and then cut in, like this guy to my right just cut in to avoid that lane change. Oh, now FedEx is pulled over. And then some people will even cut across that, blow right through that. It narrows to one lane. Why, I don't know. They've got the room to make this 2 lanes, but that costs money. You gotta move that bridge over, but once you move that bridge over, you've already got the room to make this 2 lanes. Get rid of that center median that doesn't need to be there. This winds up becoming like a little racetrack section. Speed limit's 50. Oh, about another 4 or 5 miles to the auction. I got 2 more to come. I find auction run videos to be kind of boring. I know some people find this stuff interesting. Crashes or what everyone wants to see. Unfortunately, we're not doing as many of those these days. We've changed directions. We're going with different contracts. And the guy that used to do this quit, so I'm the one now doing it. I'm doing more of this stuff than the crashes. I'm not gonna lie, this makes more money. He didn't totally cut me off. I'm gonna get to the right lane, just not yet. With 2 cars on this thing, it does take a little more to go. This has got that Cummins engine, but I ain't gonna lie, the Cummins in this thing, it's a dog. It's not as giddy up and go, but I mean, with that said, I do have to give it some leeway. The truck does weigh almost 18,000 pounds. And I've got another 8,000. I'm probably about maxed out at 26 with what I've got on this truck. It's got to move, 26,000 pounds is what, 13 tons? Somebody's heavy duty wrecker. Jarupa Street, or Avenue, I'm not sure which one it is. Jarupa. It was just on Country Village Parkway. It's not a truck route, but I can use it for local delivery, which is what I'm doing. I'd rather take that than going down Cherry. You can make a right on Cherry, which is that first real street after that single lane section, and then it loops around and brings you up to Jarupa here. In this, it sucks, but I also find it's just faster to come straight down and make the right on Jarupa. It actually seems like it takes less time. The only thing is these lights don't always sequence. By the time I get to that light, it'll probably turn red again. They do change for the most part quickly. Somebody's so funky diaper. The P-Dookie trash bag. Alright, that's my little nickname for the homeless people, P-Dookie. It's a combination of P and Dookie. I've seen plenty of them that have, well, let's just say need a shower. So he's got an over-length load, so he's oversized. Yeah, he's quite a ways out. He's red flagged. He's got the little flashing beacon. I wonder if he's required, though, to have overseas flags. Yeah, but see, technically, if you do that, you're required to have a permit. Most of your standard length trailers that we have here is 53 feet. These semi trucks, but they've got some shorter ones that are like 40 something. And they were talking about new trailers being 62 feet long, I guess. I think there was some push against that. Yeah, see what I say about the lights changing really fast? We're still yellow. Section of road is not so bad, but this lane banks to the right, kind of feel it. Big holding reservoir to the right there, but it's covered by this wall so that people can't see it. So the Mosquito Town area. People say if you get away from the coastline more, you get away from the mosquitoes, but there's holding basins that doesn't help. I wonder who owns this. It's a holding reservoir, that's for sure. Probably a water reservoir. It still has to get treated, but they'll draw from that in the pipe and then treat it and then send it back in a tank. That was Beach Street, not to be confused with Beach Boulevard. Anybody who's a SoCal native, especially a Southern Orange or North Orange County SoCal native, knows Beach Boulevard. I've got to get around this tow truck. I've got to be in the left lane. Poplar, the auction. Let's see. Man, I didn't manage to piss anybody off yet today. Let's check in on the comments. Airborne, be careful. Yep, I'm about to be at the auction. See if I phone clip you guys to my jacket. Try to clip you guys to my jacket. This jacket doesn't really hold the phone very well. Right lane ends. Yeah, I tend to piss people off sometimes on this little street because it ends right after that lane ends is where the entrance is, and sometimes I can't pull in right away. There's cars trying to fly down the street that can stop behind me. It serves them right for trying to cut down the street to fly across. There's the auction. So I'm gonna have to wait for these guys to go. Got more cars coming out. Waiting on you, dude. Let's go. Sometime today. Oh, don't get iced. Don't get iced. No, at least luckily that guy's slowing down to pull in. What are you doing, dude? Go. Alright, let's get around everybody. lot of cars here. Well, they auction. They're a big auction. They auction cars for everybody. TRA, though, I've got my own section that I go to, which today is really full. So let's back in, I guess. Make sure I don't hit nothing. Alright, we're here. Time to unload. Put you guys on my chest and see how well that works out. I'm not sure. You may get a good view, you may not. Drop my airbags, turn on my PTO. You guys can stay under my beard. Well, there's my Equinox. I gotta straighten the tires out though, because they're gonna put too much tension on my chains. I will take the light bar off first though. I always incorporate that. So let's set the Equinox down. Let's pick it back up, see if I can straighten it back out on the lift. Yep, there we go. Now we're getting straight. It's better than what it could be. Okay. Chains off from underneath it. Now, this is a 25 Equinox. It's got this auto setting parking brake, electronic, so there's supposed to be a way to deactivate that. I didn't find one in the menu playing around with the settings. So what I learned on this one is just turn it off and then disconnect the battery, and that'll keep it off. Otherwise I'd be dragging the rear end of this thing down the road with me. And I tried to leave the place yesterday and wound up dragging it for like a good 20 feet. So you couldn't even really feel it in this truck. And it's not like it really tells you very well that the parking brake's engaged. So, yeah, that's all I figured out I had to do. I mean, I had the key and I can turn it on. This one's here because of this damage, the mirror and the door and stuff. So, let's reconnect the battery. Hook, junk hook. disconnect the battery. Just disconnect the negative. There we go. Now this thing will come back to life. There it is. Just not trying to take out the dude behind me. Leave it on. Put the blinker on. That's, I don't know, something they like. Hold my lift back. Okay, and then I will pull forward and just drop this one in front of that one. This one drives too. It's a Hyundai Kona. Figured I'd put the Kona on top because back end smash is a little lower, but I probably should have put the Chevy on top. I'm not sure if the Kona's got one of those stupid brakes that locks up like that. I don't know. Don't really care. I figured out a way around it. The Hyundai Kona. Off my bed you go. These Vulcan straps work out really well. You want a place, if you want to know where to get them, you can get these on Amazon. The only thing is I add the D-ring so I could hook it back onto itself, this D-ring. I just came off another strap that had D-ring. So the D-rings get reused, but whenever I change my straps out, they obviously get a new strap. And it's just an easy way to go through the rims that have space and then loop around and lasso the tire. You've got to kind of be smart on how you're tying down though. You know, angles matter. To tie here and at an angle, this tire can hop and slip move back, so I want to be more straight with the pull or your strap's going to get loose. I don't know, these just seem faster. They're rated 5,400 pounds, so this car's not going to go anywhere. We got a car that weighs probably 4,000 pounds with 20,000 pounds worth of Radiant straps. That's working load limit. Obviously, brake strength is higher. We'll just put the bed down, landing gear touches, roll it out. This one is here because of that rear end. Hyundai Kona, not much of a rear end anymore. Doesn't have a bumper anymore, but I mean the bumper was just a plastic shell anyways. Alright, let's fire this thing up. 15,000 miles. Oh, I gotta shut that off. KNX News 97.1. Okay, so parking brake is on. So the parking brake on this one does not auto apply. So I could have put this one on the tail instead, but I elected not to.
Minute drive through oil change. You don't even need to get out of your car. Grab coupons at SoCalOilChange.com.
Hey, Uline, they know going the extra mile.
Right. We're here, we dropped. And we just have to get our slip signed off and we're good to go. I guess that's a leaving them running with the left turn signal as a way to indicate to people to check them out. A lot of these vehicles have already been checked. Guys back up here. Alright. Time to get out of here. There's a truck that was built for hauling heavier stuff. They added a tag axle onto it to get the weight rating. At 45,000. I saw a truck yesterday as a 4-car carrier. He had actually full 3-axle setup, so full full tandem drive. This guy's a little in that car. All right. Stop to get my papers signed off. How we going? 12 o'clock. I close at 12 today, and they're not going to be here tomorrow. Yeah, so you got to pay attention to this gate. Because not only is there a gate, there's spikes. I was telling them, I was like, you guys got to fix the red light, though. They've hit that gate a bunch of times. They've taken out that arm a bunch of times in the last month. So maybe the red light don't work, you know, they don't know. I mean, it's not like you can't see that gate in front of you, but hey, you know. Somebody threw their trash. There's a cop. I think they got a station here somewhere. I don't know. I think Fontana PD's here. 98 Jerry. I'd call that out to see if there's, in case there's any more to pick up or anything to pick up on the way in. Alright, so we're going to drive back, and then that's going to be pretty much it. Nice little run up to the auction on a New Year's Day. I don't really have any plans. Don't even know if I'm honestly going to be awake for it. used to be the thing. You stay up till midnight, Happy New Year, and then go to sleep. But high chance I may just fall asleep in 2024 and wake up in 2025. That cop is back. Oh no, it's not a. Is that a cop? No, that's a freaking. You know, Toyota thinks somebody's commercial truck. They got a wrap, but they got a white roof. It looks like. Don't ask me how I confuse the front end of a Toyota pickup truck with a Ford Explorer, but from a distance, they almost look the same. I said from a distance. Noticed as he got closer. Some steel place right here, I guess. Need some like beams and shit. Brown Strass Steel. I'm driving all the way to Montana to get steel though. Shore Metals is my go-to place in Anaheim. I want to say Anaheim, but it might be Placentia. It's like I'm right on the border. At least the prices are somewhat decent. Solder Industrial Park. I never really pay attention to half the stuff around here. It's another holding basin over here on the right. Maybe it has to do with like a city municipal water supply. No, it's just a big, it was yellow. I'll have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure that was a yellow light. It was an industrial, that was an industrial park, but they have a bunch of holding reservoirs up this way. That, I mean, you know, usually stuff like that, they'll put fences and things around it to keep people out. And to keep people out, but also to keep people from going in there and messing with it, you know. It's not like anybody's out there to really, at least I'm going to believe not everybody's out there to do bad, but there are people out there who do bad things, and if it's water, you know, that may be used for drinking water purpose, then obviously you want to protect that and not have people able to get in there and do bad things to it. I mean, granted, they're going to have to treat it anyways. But, yeah. You know, I mean, P. Dookie in there taking a dookie in it. That would be bad, wouldn't it? But, yeah, it's just Montana. Very unimpressive. Mostly industry out here. What you're going to find. Like, I wondered what this sand berm was here. I mean, obviously it's for something. But it's another holding basin. This one up here on the right. It's got the fence on top of the hill. It's another holding basin. Just interesting how the elevation of the edge of it, but I guess, you know, elevation of the water. It doesn't seem like it, but we're at a slope grade here too, so that plays into it. Amazon being hauled by somebody's trucking company. Chavez Trucking, probably. There's a lot of those here. A lot of trucks at Chavez Trucking or something like that, which is a bunch of independents, but you know, you get your own tractor, trailer, truck, or your own truck trucking, then yeah, it's another Mexico trailer. Yeah, he's one of those ones. He's got his truck information written on a piece of paper taped to the side of it. He was going to Home Depot and just buying the cheapo letters. Buying sticker letters is too expensive. I think that should be illegal though. Should at least have to have it semi-permanent. Because he does something to somebody, that's easy enough to take that off the door. US DOT Newport Trucking. Northport. So an Indian trucker. Northport. Indian name. A bunch of those too. Hijabis. Or not hijabis, I'm sorry. That's a shouldn't say that. Punjabi truckers. I guess that's like an actual nationality of Indians. Never knew it. I watched a documentary on a truck driver who was a Punjabi trucker, or a Punjabi, and he said, yeah, that's what we are. Yeah, water basins here got a little bit of flow going on. Probably got some rain up north. It's a little cooler this morning, and imagine like Big Bear or the high mountains. Maybe got some rain or snow or something. Hopefully, I have to look that up when I get back. See if we get any kind of snowpack up that way. Like it really feeds California for any water. We waste everything. Problem with the whole water system thing goes back to its original design. I mean, this goes back over 100 years. It was never designed for California to collect and hold anything. So even the drinking water that comes in, any of the excess just gets spilled out. This is a single lane. I don't know why people try to treat this as a two-lane. Because he doesn't want to sit in the line. But also people pull to the curb, so yeah. This makes it fun. We'll take, usually the early time in the morning like it is right now, I'll take the 60 back just in case I get something from that place in La Habra. I'm already on the way back. Back to the same road we came. You can see there's a trickle stream of water flowing down that storm channel. A lot of the stuff that we do here for water is just storm mitigation, storm water to keep things from flooding. Because we build and all that water has to go somewhere, so where it would have originally went, it's not going there anymore. So we send a lot of it off to the ocean instead of trying to capture some of it and mitigate it. I mean, yes, infrastructure costs will be through the roof, but like, look what Caltrans does with most of the water that they use for irrigation. It's all reclaimed. So they've got water pumped from storage areas that's been recycled using to irrigate the landscape inside the freeways here, which that's a smart play because you're not wasting drinking water, which is more valuable. But why don't we have a similar system for homes? In large communities that are being built now, they have separate water piping now to use recycled or reclaimed water too. I'm sure you've got to pay for it, but No, the reason we don't use it for drinking water is because the contamination factor. I mean, all the storm runoff is, you know, got everything in the world in it. You know, considering all the grease and grime and other chemicals known to man to kill a human on the roads get dumped into it. But recycled water is wastewater is being treated. It's not even storm water. But I don't know. Seems like there's more infrastructure that needs to be done. Well, see, the thing is, too, we never put anything into place to capture our own water. We rely on the watershed that supply us with water. Now, we do have some basins in Northern California, like Oroville Dam, and some other holding reservoirs around to help capture some of that water and hold it back. But you know, we don't have a lot in place. They used to ban capturing rainwater. It used to be illegal. I don't think it is anymore. I think they repealed that, but I know here early, when I was a kid, you couldn't do that. That would be illegal. But I don't see why we don't do something about that. I mean, now we're doing pump storage, which is we're taking water, pumping it for storage, save it, and then when we need it, we pull it back out of pump storage, generate electricity with it, to put electricity back that we use to pump it, which I think you get like 70%, 75% of electricity back. But then we have that water. I know there's a big project that they were launching on to doing something like that, but I mean, think about this shit earlier. That makes you wonder. Global warming, it's a joke. The Earth has gone through cycles. This happens every 100 years, every 1,000 years. Do not forget about the Ice Age. You know, there was a big heat before that Ice Age, too. This is a cycle of Earth. We're not going anywhere. And the Earth is really good about renewing itself. Like all the pollution from vehicles, all these trees and plants and stuff, they suck that shit in and clean it back out. A lot of it doesn't flow past the atmosphere. It gets heavy and condenses down and drops to the ground. You know, everything is... Hydrocarbons are heavier than air in a sense. It's coming out to tailpipe in the form of soot. And all these systems they put on these trucks now, they're not cleaning it. I mean, they're just making it visible. They're cleaning the black soot down, but it's still coming out the tailpipe. You just have $20,000 worth of additional crap on the vehicle. Oh, and there's this new crap going on now. If it's not a big collusion and scam to just rip off businesses for more money, now we have to pay an annual fee to have a diesel truck in California. $30 a truck per year. And we now have to take these in. This truck I'm driving is a 22. So it's got all the latest and greatest advancements in emissions technology. Now we have to basically go smog this thing twice a year. That was a new one they just passed that just took effect. We just sent our big 1996 diesel in. It passed, but twice a year you got to take these things in now. That's the place we took it to charged $180 to do the test. So you got to pay that twice a year. The state can still mess with you, so I think the legislation needs to come back in is this stuff, leave it at where it's at. It's fine, but they want to stop the sale of diesel. They want everything electric. But the problem with electric is there's not an electric truck that you can buy that will do what I'm doing with this truck in a full day's time. You would have to buy 2 of them. Because you get a 150-mile race. Well, in this one run, there's 100 miles. Which means I can't do another run, and I usually do 2 a day. This truck on a full tank of fuel gets 350 miles. Holds about 45 gallons. There's your inherent problem. But they don't even have a truck chassis electric platform for our industry yet. They were talking to one of the tow manufacturers, one of the equipment manufacturers. There's a documentary on it. And basically they're prohibiting them from buying new trucks. Right? Well, they haven't prohibited yet, but in 25, I guess that's going to be the thing. And so they're stopping the sale of new trucks too. Prohibiting manufacturers from selling them. You're choking out the market. And this is not government influence. I don't know what it is. It is. It's supposed to be a free market. It's not if the government's curtailing what you can and can't buy. When it comes to something that's been around for decades and it's been legal to the consumer to purchase, and all of a sudden tomorrow we're going to say it's not. Here we got stupid trucker. Superman towing. I'm going to fly down the right lane with my lights on. Every single one of them too. He's got his work lights on too. Yellow and Sons Trucking Pumping. Look at environmental companies that make big money doing that. Environmental waste. Well, I was going to get into a business. That'd be a business I could see getting into. It's a lot of upfront capital though. And I'd have to get hazardous material certifications and figure out how the hell I'm going to handle all this shit, what I'm going to do with it, and permits and all that fun shit. But transporting and handling hazardous materials, or hazardous waste. What do we got up the right lane up here with flashing lights going? Cruising back, speed set at 65. I'm empty, I can legally do 65 now. Actually, once I got rid of that car that was on my tail, I could do 65. Just, the one on the deck doesn't count. So we got somebody's statement up here, flashing lights. That's half the problem with why Amber doesn't work anymore. Amber hasn't worked for a long time for constructing vehicles, because you got guys like this that do the Amazon Light special here, and I guess I say Amazon Light because they buy the cheapest crap they can off Amazon.
That's good.
There goes good old Yankee. He's just got him on. Probably doesn't even realize it because they got a stupid toggle switch rigged up. He's not even paying attention. He's on his phone. He's messing with his phone.
1 second. I'm like,
Let's see what we got. Well, he's taking vehicles along me, so I got one that's probably got to get picked up, but to be honest, it could sit there until after the year. Getting these cars picked up right away because there's other tow companies out there worried that they'll get the work instead of us. We've got plenty. $71 here. Will they close it again? No. I've been doing work on this for a long time. sick time and it doesn't roll over. Or to choose to maybe on another one. We're back in that fog again. It's not showing up on the screen that much, but you can see it. You know, the camera's a little bouncy. The best I can do with the camera mount. It's more in my phone case than it is anything else. I look into that quad lock system. Not sure yet. It's supposed to be a lot more stable. But it's pricey. I looked at the case, the mount, and all that stuff was over $100. It's a good chunk of money to spend. I'm going to be merging back onto the 57. This gets a little more fun. I will get into this lane now. We still got a little ways to go, but I'll ride with the slower truck, so I'm not having to battle changing lanes abruptly. Pothole. At least I'm in a truck with bigger tires, so it's not really getting me too much. This guy next to me is afraid. This guy to my right's afraid to get too close to the car in front of him. He's hitting his brakes. Well, actually, he started hitting his brakes when he got up next to me. I'm going to change into the right lane now. The reason that is because I don't like having to change too many lanes to get to my merge. Once the 57 merges in with us, I still have to get one more lane over. At least being in this lane, I'm already there. I don't like to try to be fighting last minute to get over 500 traffic lanes. Dude, stay in your lane. Jeez, put me on the shoulder, pal. I'm gonna drive that truck. Ah, fuck. There for the Caltrans guys working, but still got to slow down. I couldn't move over because I got a stupid trucker in my left lane. I didn't see CHP's lights until it was too late. See, now we got this nice. Yeah, but the thing about this fog layer is it's above the freeway, so it's not really impacting visibility. This craptastic design of an interchange is just always slow down pulling, put it mildly. 4 hours. Oh. Why is this truck driver slowing down so much? Cars are way ahead. I'm actually surprised there's not more traffic coming from the 57. I'd be expecting more. Technically, that left lane I was just in, the lane to my left, would have been fine to stay in for the 57, but since I don't want to go 90 miles an hour down the road, I will just get in the one more lane. This will be the middle lane of the 57. So this is where it pays to know the roads. So now this lane coming up on the right that's going to add to us is going to be the right lane. There's always going to be some traffic here. So now you're getting bottlenecked down into a squeeze too. People actually slow down to follow. Like a little bit. So far, everyone's driving pretty decent today. Too crazy. trucker up here. I need to get in the right lane now. Let me slow down. Keep everybody's movement. This is where a good chunk of your traffic comes from, because now I got this truck in the fast lane, semi-truck in the fast lane, and it's not even supposed to be in the fast lane now. Somebody slow in front of me is I'm not the guy going slow. The only guy going slow. Now we're doing 60. We're doing 60 because of semi-trucks. Why we're doing 60? This guy that was just in front of me, and then the guy up ahead, the red truck. Nice little tour of California, or Southern California. A couple of freeways. Guess I could have taken the 15 on the 91 back, show you guys that section, but done that plenty of times. At least I'm not in LA County. 605, 60, 210. 605 down that way is absolutely atrocious. Slauson, Bandini, Washington Boulevard. Think somebody hauling a tank. And usually these guys are pretty good, but this guy's 260 miles an hour. Usually these guys stay into the speed limit and they don't go any faster. We got flashing lights up here on the right, so we got CHP, just the traffic advisor, Caltrans doing some tree work. Obviously nobody's moving over because there's no red and blue lights, there's just amber lights. Yet again, I don't pay attention to amber lights. I only pay attention to red and blue. And there was another state that last year or the year before passed new laws that tow trucks could have rear-facing blue lights. Granted, that state required tow trucks to have red lights for the tow trucks that are on rotation. If you're not on rotation, you only get amber. But it allowed, the new law allowed tow trucks to have blue lights to the rear only. But at least the addition of the blue would get people's attention. That's the whole hopes of it. A little too close to this guy. That truck wanted to slow down and dip lanes. Chevrolet. Should I yell out the window to the guy and say Ford is better? Not like you hear me anyways, but you know. Oh, why would you do that? You squatted the truck and put those stupid tires on it. Oh. It's a Mexican thing. I don't know why. It's the dumbest shit you could do to a pickup truck. You destroyed the truck. No purpose anymore. think he's badass, man. He's not that badass. I buy a truck because I haul shit with it, not because I squat it, put lowrider wheels on it, tires. Do the roll pan for the rear bumper so I don't have a rear bumper anymore. And then put my Placasso all the way across the back window. I gotta show people who I am. Oh no. I don't want people to know who I am. I want to blend in and be forgotten. So I don't have a personalized license plate. My opinion on those things. There's some people that like having them, good for them. Me, I won't have one because if I do something, I don't want somebody to be able to remember my license plate. It is easy to remember a custom plate than it is to remember a sequential plate. In the heat of the moment, that is the hardest plate to remember. It's a 7-character plate. That's just random. I don't like it. I heart Tesla. That's an easy plate to remember. In a richer community, he's got a lot more people that have those though because they've got the money to blow on it. Well, there's somebody that just bought a new Tesla. Got the paper plate still. Assuming they just bought it, maybe they did, or maybe they're like half the other idiots that don't put the regular license plates on until they get pulled over. A year and a half after that paper plate expires, that happens. I saw a neighbor of, not my neighbor, but somebody's neighbor. They had a Mini Cooper, and for a year and a half, they had an expired 10 tag on the back. One of these days they're going to get busted. No, they managed to not get busted because they traded that thing in and got a new one. Then they actually put the license plates on. Go figure. And again, there are people out there that get screwed on that shit, like buying a car from Carvana. You get your title sometime in the next who knows when. In the meantime, here's another temp tag. 15 temp tags later from different states. Meanwhile, the people behind the titles can't find your title because it got misplaced. You can't file it with the state that they sold it, whatever. Yeah, there was a big old thing about that. People buying cars from Carvana and never getting the titles. Honestly, I wouldn't trust a used car from a company I've never been able to see it. Granted, they supposedly have a return policy, but yeah. I don't know about that one. Although I do have an 81 OBS F-150 for sale, if anybody's interested. Rebuilt motor that's never been started, and it needs a rebuilt transmission. There's no body, no damage. California, so it's got rust-free frame, or at least clean-ish rust-free frame. Maps or surface rust. Okay, what not to do when you're getting on the freeway? You're supposed to speed up. I have the right of way. I'm in the through travel lane. The truck is going to freaking force me off. This interchange is always a fun one. Somebody always wants to come up the last minute in the right lane to cut me off. Well, just to cut off the traffic in the left lane. The right lane's going to merge into this one. It's going to end. And I've literally had people riding the shoulder. There's no safe room to pass. You're supposed to get behind, not try to use the shoulder to get ahead. Right now, or Bronco, the white car is going to come off the side. It's going to be a Tesla coming up behind the white car. Alright, white car's hanging back. No, white car's still on the right. He hasn't pulled fully behind yet. There you go. Now that I've got to watch the people in front of me, now I got to watch the mirrors on the right side for the idiot that's going to come up the side of me and try to crash into me that way. That's just a normal day. Well, now I got Mr. White Car next to me. As a rule of thumb, though, unless you need to be getting on or off the freeway or you're a truck, the right lane sucks. Always stay on the right way. We'll take Beach back. Do a little recap of where Buena Park sits now. I've done that before, but I'll do it again. See what's changed. I don't know if this guy's a trash hauler or I don't know. Looks like one of those trucks that hauls garbage. Got a bunch of those. Now he's going to slow me down. Now he's going to get back into the right lane because he can't keep up. Let's see what it says inside of his truck. Athens Services Waste Collection. Oh, he's playing with his phone. That's why he's not paying attention. He's got his phone in his hand. You guys are mounted. I'm doing it the right way. Almost took out my tail. That car would be total. A scratch on that car would total. It's coming back up or something. We're gonna get over. Apparently I'm gonna have to get over again because the guy with the trailer ahead of us thinks this lane's the fine one to be in doing 60 miles an hour. Have a driver's license. And he's got his high beam lights on as he's driving. You can tell the people that probably don't have a license, and it's not because he's a Baco, but predominantly those are the ones that don't have licenses. Never had one. Versus the people that got them taken away, suspensions and shit like that. Is he really can't drive. Doing all the wrong things. They've never learned properly how to drive and never been tested to see if they can. There's a difference between the way people drive that have taken the test and gotten a license versus the people that have never had one. Okay, give it time, he'll be a 30-day impound for somebody. I had one of those sheriffs. Took the guy's truck and trailer. 5 interchange. See how many knuckleheads went to the last minute. Well, this shit really bothers me. I just hang back and watch the comedy show that is drivers. Bad drivers, good drivers, drivers in general. It makes me laugh when people do dumb shit. How ignorant they are, or because karma's gonna get them eventually. It's a matter of time. Park disposal services, which I think has to be related to Vertec, the paint scheme and all. That's generally what does Moynihan Park. The garbage trucks generally can't go faster than 60 miles an hour, 50. I want to say maybe 60. He's doing 60. Okay, see the guy coming up my right. It's going to get behind me. Yes, he is. This is the reason I don't usually always take this off ramp, is because we have the 2 right lanes and the 5 coming on here. So now I've got to either slow down and battle the traffic to get over, because now I have to get over 2 lanes. The guy behind this pickup truck has gone, but now I've got to cut people off to get over. The bad design. Should have ramped that and had it come in on between the carpool lane. We just added a dedicated exit for the 91 here to get off the beach. But I figure people will navigate it. So as a rule of thumb, when I come off this exit and go through the Knott's Berry Farm neck of the woods, I take the second to right. Whoa, what are we doing? Oh, we don't want to be behind somebody, so we're going to get there. So I take this lane because the left lane always seems to clog up. And the right lane is always a bunch of people that have no clue where they're going. Tourists or whatever. So I stay in this lane because the right lane will turn into 2 right lanes. This lane will stay the way it is, but this one always seems to move the best through the Knott's Berry Farm section, as I like to call it. I mean, I don't know what's going on at Knott's. I mean, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas are over, and I don't think the next event's not going to be till Easter. So, you know, their busy time of the year is pretty much over. They hire a lot of seasonal people during those times. I think that kid's too young to be in the front seat. It's car to my left. It's like a 4-year-old in the front seat. Although I don't think that kid was wearing a seatbelt either. I'm talking about being in this lane. We're gonna have all these people that are not sure where they're going. Outback Steakhouse. Starbucks. That used to be the Starbucks by the Lumiland Wax Museum. Portos! Portos, Portos, Portos. It got so bad here that they had to put cones in the middle of the street. So all these people making the U-turn here are getting in line for Portos, and there's already a line around the whole building. I mean, they got good pastries and stuff, but I'm not gonna go sit in the line that long and go get them. And all that traffic there on the left too. Rockin' Brews, that's new. I'm still mad they got rid of the train McDonald's Although I haven't been there in a long ass time. But they got rid of the train McDonald's, they got rid of the trains, they rebuilt it to a modern regular McDonald's. No more trains. Trains are gone. It's just a regular overpriced McDonald's now. Claim Jumper's still here, one of very few left. Holy shit, there's a lot of people going to Knott's today. I don't know how many people are going to come back and find their cars not where they parked them because they didn't want to pay for parking. It happens a lot. A lot of the businesses get inundated with people that park in their parking lots for Knott's because they don't want to pay. And towing is pretty prevalent, so yeah. We used to tow for this Walgreens up here. Same thing, people would park there for Knott's and then just leave and go to Knott's. Then they'd be mad that their car got towed. Well, you shouldn't have parked there. It's not parking for you. Say, I don't think Soak City's open. That's a seasonal one too. See, look, this main parking lot here on the right's got all this parking available. If it was me and I'm gonna park, I'd park there. Just because I don't want to be walking. And getting out of that Soak City parking lot when everyone leaves sucks. I'll sit in my vehicle and watch a movie for an hour and let everyone else get out of there. So, and a few changes. They've been slowly but surely trying to clean all this shit up. The old Bob's Big Boy building finally got torn down this year. Bob's Big Boy's only been gone since my childhood. It's just a family restaurant. It's a decent place. Family chain. And it was like a Caro's and something else. They're finally building the houses on the old Anaheim dump site. Another reason why I wouldn't buy a house, or at least without knowing the history of the land. But they built condos and apartments. That's what that looks like. They tore down the Tower Records, the Circuit City it used to be there. But then they ran into problems when they were digging. They found the dump. So they had to remediate the land for 10 plus years. So they finally built on section that has been remediated, and I still think they got to do more remediation. This Anacapa complex here is new. I forget, I don't remember what was here before. I think it was a mobile home park. They demolished it. Those that are watching, trying to give you a little history here of the Beach Boulevard, or the Strip as us locals call it. Because much like Vegas, you'll find drugs and prostitution on this section. They've been really trying to get rid of it, but the Walmart Market on the right used to be a Food for Less. It was a Wiss store. It used to be, I guess, a Goodwill, and then it was a Good Guys before. This vacant lot on the left was the Americana, and then some apartments that the apartments have been gone forever, and then they just tore down the Americana a couple of years ago. Anaheim substation for PD, and then their quote-unquote youth center. They wanted another substation, but they got a youth center to go with it. Got a taxpayer dollar somewhere. This store, whose tow truck is this that has no markings? You gotta have markings legally, California. Even if you're not for hire. Carbon Creek? Yeah, I don't know. They had some construction going on here for a while. They had a remediation pump going. They had a bunch of shit going on there. I don't know what they were doing, but they had something going on for a good minute. You know, there's a thought process here. If you want to get rid of all the drugs and prostitution on this strip, get rid of all the motels. That'll get rid of them. And Anaheim bought a couple of them and tore them down already. But I don't know if you guys noticed in the camera view, but I just passed a camera on a telephone with a flashing white and blue light. So I guess a couple years ago, Anaheim put up surveillance cameras on Beach Boulevard. So the police department literally has crime cameras here now. On both sides of the streets, they've got cameras, and they've got lights on them to denote they are cameras being watched. They've got one up on this traffic pole here. It's not a detection camera. The detection camera is in front of us. But the one on the light pole is a 360 cam that they can pan, tilt, and zoom to actually monitor. You know, because people dump people off at West Anaheim Medical Center here with gunshots and whatnot. They want to know who's dropping people off. It's a good way to capture a license plate or something. They've got a couple of them because they got one there and they just put a new one up on this light pole over here. They put a couple new ones up on these lights. So they've got a new 360 camera on the northbound light here. It's not traffic detection, although that's an old traffic detection, like an old radar cam. And on the right, if you pay attention, you'll see some of the motel spots they got rid of. You know, in addition to putting up fencing down the center of the street. This yellow building used to be a trailer place. That's where I bought my duck trailer. This one's gone. I think that was maybe the covered wagon. And I'm pretty sure they tore down the Anaheim Lodge. Yeah. This used to be one, and then they turned it into some like sober living or some shit. They got a big car wash on the left now. They got rid of the Lindy's Motel. I'm curious whose tow truck that is. You know, like I said, there's no markings. It's a used truck somebody bought. But, you know, we do have laws. If somebody shows up in an unmarked tow truck, don't hire that person. They're probably not insured. So if something happens to your car that they screw up, you're screwed. We have to carry a lot of insurance on these trucks. You know, and ideally we have to insure what we're carrying too. So if we haul your car, we have to insure. If something happens to your car while it's on the back of our truck, we're responsible for it. And that's what that insurance is for. You know, much as I'm sure a lot of tow companies don't want you to know that. I mean, that's the reality of it. It's to make sure that you're protected. Because you can see that tow truck from the back end's been used and abused. They just spit shine put a fresh coat of paint on the bed, spit shine the cab up. Yeah, I get it if you want to buy your own truck and start a business, but you got to do it the right way. There's no markings at all on the side of that truck. Top of which has got illegally tinted windows. Can't tint the windows either. Get that tow truck. Our Stanton cops. There's a crime trailer right there with cameras. This SWAT meet sucks. The worst SWAT meet around I've ever been to. 7-Eleven. It's been there forever. I know the people that own it. They're nice people. It's not Middle Eastern owned. It's one of the upsides. This locksmith here, go there because they're close, but it's not my preferred place. And we're back to this section. This used to be a rail junction that's now a parking lot for motorhomes. Because this used to be train tracks that used to run this way, the storage places. When I was like a toddler, I vaguely remember there was tracks going that way. That's what our yard is. It used to be the old railroad. And as years go on, they get rid of a lot of that stuff. Back to Beach and Catella. You see, not much around here has changed, other than the Conroy's Flower on the corner is gone. You got rid of that place. It's not really the greatest corner with all the the riffraff around here. Well, problem is there's a high crime rate in Stanton because of the population of homeless and drugs and all that fun stuff. Well, not fun, but you know, all that nastiness. Yeah, we'll just call it nastiness. This is one of Orange County's finest right there. Later model SUV. The cop cars get the blackout package. That comes from the factory. Basically, they just turn a switch, all their lights dim out, but it's just an option in the programming. You can actually do that in the regular vehicles too. So I have it on my truck, the blackout option. I've enabled it. So basically, if I turn the headlight switch to off, it stays off. FC, message retracted. Your message might be retracted, but it's still there. I know what FC means. Yeah, I can't disagree with you on that, but if people just leave and move out instead of trying to push for change, then they win. And I'm in for the long haul in this battle. 'Cause it does need to change. It's a great, beautiful state, but a lot of crap here needs to be changed. People are surprised now that it's a felony to steal again. Although there's some stipulations. You gotta have 2 or more. You've gotta commit 2. It's gotta be your second stealing case. There's a popular video circling social media where 2 girls in the back of a car, pretty sure they were from Long Beach, decided to come to Seal Beach to steal. Well, they FA'd and FO'd because they came to Orange County to steal, and they got busted. Short little chase. They tried to run. They didn't get far. And they got priors, so they got hit with felonies. And one girl was stunned in the backseat of the car talking to the other girl. Do y'all not know there's a camera on you? Like, cop cars have cameras in the back seats. They've had them for a long time. It's to capture you uttering shit. And one girl tells the other girl, "It's a felony?" And the other girl responds back, "Bitch, new laws. Stealing is a felony." And then she tells her, and this is Orange County, they don't play. Then why did you come here to steal? You knew. Dumbasses. Oh well. Hopefully it makes a change. A little too late though, Gavin or nuisance. Anywho, guys, I'm going to end the live stream. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to hit that like, comment, subscribe button. And I will see y'all on the next one.